Good morning. My name is Tyler DeVries. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Holland, Michigan. I was born and raised in a nice Christian family. They brought me up and they showed me the way that I was supposed to go. And I lived that way for the majority of my life. As most people would say, I'm on the straight and narrow path. All the way up to about the end of high school. My friends and most of the people around me start making plans for the future. I didn't really have any goals. I didn't really plan that far ahead of my life. And so I started applying for colleges. And by the grace of God, I got accepted at one, which I felt was like a really big accomplishment. I felt like I had graduated high school. I had made it, as far as I needed to go so far. And now that I'm going off to college, I feel really, really good. Looking back on the life that I had lived to this point, I felt like, there was one point in my life that I really didn't feel like I had reached the goal that I wanted, and that was my social life. I didn't feel like I had enough respect in the social scene. I felt like I needed to do something, and this was the summer before I was going to college, so this would be the time to do it. So I started, drinking, smoking, and pretty much anything and everything that would get more people around me and what I felt like I should do in order to get that spotlight on me. Started going to parties, started just living an immoral lifestyle. And I felt like I could just drop it all eventually, and it's just a phase that I'm going to go through, and then eventually I'll go off to college and it'll be behind me. But that wasn't how it worked out at all. It really grabbed hold of me and it just dug in deep, and I couldn't shake it. It consumed my life. As I went off to college, I went to class and everything for the first semester or so, and it just started consuming me more and more. It became like part of me, even. As I continued to look and try to fulfill these desires, I started more and more neglecting my academics and started failing classes, and I couldn't keep up. And I just felt like I was drowning. I felt like I couldn't keep my head above water. But I continued on, and I kept this all from my parents because I didn't feel like they needed to be burdened with my problems. I felt like they were mine. This is my opportunity to be independent, and I didn't want to let them down. Biggest mistake in my life was not letting them down. And I continued on, and I spent my whole year of college, and I just felt so defeated at the end. I couldn't believe I didn't succeed. It was like just a big blow to my self-esteem. And so I just spiraled into a huge depression, and I really just found my solace in drugs and alcohol. It just numbed my feelings of regret and my feelings of disappointment in myself. And so I continued on, and they ended up bringing me to a counselor just because of my mood shifts and stuff like that alcohol and drugs just bring on. The irritability, this just anger that was inside of me just kept coming out all the time. Anyway, so they said I was depressed and that I had trouble sleeping as well. So they gave me some antidepressants and some sleeping pills. And they said take one of these a day and it'll make you feel better and your moods will go back to normal. So I said, well, if one of these are supposed to make me feel good, then a whole bunch of these will make me feel really good. So I took a bunch of them, and that was a really bad decision because I overdosed and put myself in the hospital. That was my first trip to the hospital. I made 2 in the next 3 years. And I also racked up some misdemeanors as well, hanging out with my friends and just doing, illegal things. And that ended up coming back to bite me because I ended up violating my probation, which ended up putting me in jail for 3 months. And that was really the time when God broke my legs, because I was running from him this whole time. I was just running from what he wanted for me. I was running from his plans for my life, and I didn't trust him. And I didn't really want to put my trust in him. But when I went to jail, he broke my legs, and he wouldn't let me run anymore. And, there's 2 things to do in jail, and one of them is read books, and the other one is eat. So I started reading a lot, and it was the first time I actually I actually read my Bible. First time in like 3 years that I read my Bible. And it was astounding because I saw myself in it. It was like a mirror, as James says. And it showed me in my true light. And, I was so revealed. And so I saw myself in those pages. And I knew that this is a change that I need to make. This was the thing that I needed to do. And I didn't know how to do it though. And so I went back to my lifestyle. I lived that way for another month or two. But it was amazing because God interceded in my life right at that time. And He showed me Teen Challenge. My parents said, Tyler, you need to go to Teen Challenge. You can't come back here and just start doing the same things you were doing. You got to make a change. And it was amazing because they showed me the tools that I needed to make that change. They showed me the tools that I needed in order to become that new person. They showed me the strength, the power of prayer, the power of reading your Bible, the power of studying too, and just applying it to your life in every way. And I'm just so thankful that they showed me these things because it's going to change me for the better. It's going to make me a better person, and it's going to make me successful as an individual. And I'm just so thankful for Teen Challenge and everything that they've done for me. Thank you for hearing my testimony.
Amen.